The zucchini and onions and peppers that I shredded last night sat overnight in the refrigerator, and now I need to rinse it before I start the cooking process. You can see all the water that leaked out of it right there. So this has to get rinsed really well to wash a lot of that salt away, and then we'll start cooking. The zucchini is finished draining. My spices have simmered. Now I'm going to mix the two together and let it cook for 15 minutes before I ladle it into the hot jars. It smells good, it looks good, and we snitched a little taste, and it tastes good. So we just gotta put it in the jars and then water bath it. Charity's helping me out with this today. It needs 6 jars and then almost a 7th one, but we're just gonna cook this one. Or we're not gonna cook it, we're gonna eat it. We're gonna put that in the fridge and eat that one up. Maybe we'll have to make some sausages or something to put it on. The relish is all done and out of the water bather, and now I'm just going to let it cool down, and I'm happy that the squash are out of my kitchen. I still have a bunch more to figure out what to do with, but at least this is 5 fewer squash.
They're doing some construction work. Yeah, and we saw it go across the road, and we saw it just dump. That was really cool. And look at the excavator. He's dumping. And there's the little thing, He's dumping again. There's another one up here. They're doing some construction work. I don't know what they're doing, but if you can see. They're making a new path. Another new path. Let's see. They're going. The excavator's going. Daddy. It's a new path. Cool. Are you watching? Oh, he's dumping. He's dumping into the truck.
Oh my. So cool.
So cool.
We made a really quick trip into Price Chopper, and Charity and I did pretty well. I think I spent $24.91, Charity? Is that what it was?
I think it was something like that.
$24.91, and we saved $13. But you have to remember, what I was buying is all whole food stuff, so you don't really get a lot of coupons on that. And I haven't been to this Price Chopper. It's been 2 weeks, so not a bad shopping trip. Art dropped Charity and me off while he ran to the bank and did his banking, and we've got 8 minutes before Daddy has to make it back to work, and I think we'll probably make it. We're on to the next canning project, which is more salsa. Charity's using the food processor. She's already chopped up all the tomatoes, and we're almost done with that, and we're going to be ready to can it, and we'll put it in jars and then put it in the pressure canner. 6 more quarts of salsa in the books. Now it's time to pressure can them. Usually you have to put it that way and then turn it into it. There we go. Squeeze them. I use a little bit of brute strength. There we go. Turn it on high and wait for it to start steaming, and then we're going to let it steam for 10 minutes before we start the pressure. Today's one of those days where I spend the entire day in the kitchen, so now it's off to making dinner, which is going to be oven roasted zucchini, tomatoes, and chicken in seasoning, and I'll show you how to make it. First, I start by taking some zucchini, just chopping it up into big hunks and putting it in my biggest type of pan. I think this might be considered a lasagna pan. It's bigger than 9 by 13, but not too much bigger. Now I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper and some herbs. I put my salt and pepper on here and my lemon juice, and now I'm adding my oregano. And it's going to be approximately a teaspoon. I just like to shake it until everything has some oregano evenly coated on each of the pieces. That looks about good. And then we're going to take our tomatoes, and I'm using smaller Roma style, but you can use the bigger ones. These make a thicker sauce. Recipe calls for boneless chicken breast, but if you only have like a split chicken breast like what I bought today, that's fine to use. I will be removing the skin on this, but use what you have. If you want to use chicken thighs, use whatever you use will be fine as long as it's chicken and it's not chicken liver. Peter has pleaded with me to please, please, please leave one chicken breast with the skin on because he wants to eat the skin. So we are going to leave one chicken breast with the skin on just for Peter. Here's Peter's. And just lay these on top of all those vegetables. Like that. And I'm going to add some more salt and pepper to the top. I've put the salt and pepper on the chicken, and now I'm going to stick it in the oven to cook. Art's been swamped with work, and the last thing he needed today was another project. But I was working in the kitchen, and I noticed under the sink that there was some water on the wood, and so I had the kids help me move everything out from underneath the sink, and this is what I found. Something has obviously spilled, and we have a leak somewhere, and I don't know. That looks like it's been there for a long time, and I don't know if it's actively dripping or not, but when Art gets home, he's going to have to take a look at this and see what we can do to fix it. This is the last thing I have to cook for the day. This is butter poached patty pan squash with basil. I've made it before. The kids love it, and this can cook right alongside the chicken dish that I showed you earlier.
No matter how busy you are, things still break and you still need to fix them. And plumbing problems still happen. I believe this is the problem. And I'm thankful we have a hardware store just a quarter-mile from our house.
Check out the juice on Peter's chicken that we left the skin on. It's huge. Maybe Peter's right. His will taste better.